So today I'm going to be talking about a topic that is extremely hard for me to talk about. I would have uploaded a video sooner, but like I said, it's hard to talk about and had a really big emotional impact on me. Um, so, so as you guys know, I was in color guard. It was something that was the pride of my heart. I have videos on here talking about it, like what's in my Bandcamp bag, how I got into guard. I talked about my experience with the drum corps. Um, and so you guys also know that I was a senior this year. I believe I also had uploaded my captain audition. I didn't end up getting captain, but that's a whole other rant story for another day, another video. Um, but so I was a senior. This I'm a senior now. This was my senior year, and so at first it started off okay. Like besides not getting captain, I promise you I will upload a whole other video talking about that. But I want to talk to you about something specific. Um, so at first my season was going fairly well. I mean, it was okay, I guess. Who am I kidding? It wasn't going well at all. I wasn't treated as an equal to all the other vets, even though they had been there the exact same amount of time as me. I'm pretty sure my coach hated me for some weird reason. He was always unnecessarily mean to me, um, and just plain rude, which I never understood. And I don't think it was like a race thing. He just was very mean to me. And so that went along. Yeah, it wasn't going well, but in terms of performances, I thought it went well. I felt like I was giving everything into all of those performances. Um, yeah, and so one day, so basically, junior year, I had this injury. It's like a shoulder injury. But I was going to physical therapy, so I was feeling better and I was still able to be in guard. Um, but then my, so, I was feeling fine. And then flash forward to senior year, it's my very last homecoming. This is where seniors get honored. It was kind of a wild day. Um, but it was the night where seniors got honored, seniors in the cheerleading team, the football team, and marching band slash color guard seniors. I was the only guard senior. Um, and so that night, I was really excited. This was my last homecoming game. I'm going to give it all I have, you know, perform as perform as best as I could. I want this to be a good night. And it was until during the third movement we had this flag part where we kind of we had to jump and it bend the flag towards us. Most of you guys probably won't understand this, but I don't know. We had to flip it out, and I felt my arm give out. And I'm on the middle of the field. I'm in the middle of a performance. I can't just run off the field. So I continue, but I felt my arm. I think it was my arm that gave out. But what happened was that I think the arm giving out triggered a shoulder injury, triggered my previous shoulder injury. Because later that night I felt it hurting a little bit, and it was fine. And I was like, oh, it's fine. I exit a little bit, get to practice the next morning. Everything's gonna be great. I'm gonna perform. And so I get to practice, and I can't toss. I feel my shoulder pop, and it hurts every time I even do anything to lift my arm. I was in so much pain. So I didn't perform that night. And so basically, homecoming was my last game. My last performance. And so, we scheduled an appointment with my orthopedic. And so for the next Wednesday, I think. And so we get there. Well, we actually ended up having to go to urgent care because of whole I don't know, we changed insurance, so they said that we can't use the orthopedic that my pediatrician referred to us We had to use a different one. So we just went to urgent care because I was like, this is serious. I need to be back on that field performing. I couldn't do anything for like the week, for that following week into that Wednesday. I was in so much pain and I tried so hard to get back in, but I couldn't. And so the night the night I went to the orthopedic, they gave me an x-ray, and at the end they told me that I couldn't perform I couldn't do any athletic activity for 2 weeks. At that I'm sorry, it was 3 weeks. And at that time, championships was in 2 weeks. And I don't know, I just felt my whole heart just break because senior year had been the only I'm sorry. Um Senior year had been what I was looking forward to. I was like, it's gonna be great. I thought I was gonna finish it off amazingly. My senior show was about women empowerment, and I was like, you know what, this is the best show. And so the doctor told me that I couldn't perform for 3 weeks, and that broke my heart. Like, I don't know, I just felt extremely heartbroken by that. I loved everything, I felt like I lost everything. And it was really hard for me the following weeks. I tried to get back in, but I couldn't. Um, you know, and at the time, it's like my physical health is important. Um, my physical health is important, so, I should obviously listen to the doctor. I mean, clearly I should listen to the doctor. Um, and so for 2 weeks, I didn't perform. I had to wear a sling for a week. It was horrible. It was very hard because it's my dominant. It was my right shoulder, and which is my dominant side. Um, yeah. So I tried to do stuff in guard with my left hand, and I couldn't. It was extremely hard. And so when I first told my band director, I asked him if there was anything I could do, if I could be in like a visual at the end. 'Cause, it's my senior year and I don't want to not be in the show. It's my senior championships. And so he was like, yeah, we'll figure something out. But then weeks went by and he never got back to me. So, I think 1 week before championships, I talked to the visual instructor and I told him, and he was like, he felt bad for me. And he was like, yeah, of course, but you have to ask. And he was talking about my guard instructor. So, I didn't get a chance to that Friday. And the only next time I saw my guard instructor was that Wednesday because he wasn't at the competition that Saturday. So I asked him, and so he cut me off, which was even worse. And that's how I know he hates me, because he cut me off in the middle of my sentence, didn't let me finish my sentence, which I thought was extremely rude. And he was like, no, it's too late to change anything. And then literally 5 minutes later, he added my so-called captain, to this other girl's solo, which is the same thing as adding me to the end of the visual, because adding me to the end of the visual is changing drill, which is like where you move, and so is adding someone to a solo, because that means, or changing a solo into a duet, because that means someone's drill has to change to stay up for longer, they have less counts, and he was like, it's too late. But then 5 minutes later, he changed other girls, which just proved that he hated me. And then, I don't know, that day was like the worst day for me, because, I saw that happen, and for me it was horrible. And I was just sitting there on the sideline watching all of my friends perform this amazing show, and I was just stuck there unable to do anything. I'm really sorry, guys, this is a very emotional topic for me, but I thought it would be interesting to tell you guys why. And so, I was watching them perform, and I just, at the, when they played the very part four, I broke down. Half the marching band saw me have a full on breakdown. Um, while they were performing, and I just felt like complete like crap that day because you know that was it. I had tried so hard to get back in, but I couldn't. um I couldn't. I tried and there was nothing I could do. My mom called the band director trying to see if there was anything he could do, but it didn't end up happening. And so the day of championships, for some reason my team hated me. Like certain people hated me, and I don't know why, because I like to think of myself as a kind person. And most people agree that I am. I promise I'm not trying to like boost my ego. I swear this is like what people have been telling me. I like to think of myself as a nice person, but for some reason these freshmen on my team hated me. Especially this one girl, and I think like the worst part about this is that she's my sorry, my friend's sister, not my sister's friend, my friend's sister. But I never told my friend about this. Um, you know, I think I don't wasn't sure if I should, but so basically my guard does this thing where we have secret buddies where you pull like a name out of a hat and you get your secret buddy a bunch of gifts they like. It's like, candy and like chips and stuff, snacks for the competition basically. And then championships, you're supposed to go all out. Spend a little bit. We like increase the amount you're supposed to spend by like $5. So you go all out, you get them something they really wanted, and you tell your you sent in our guard chat something you really wanted, um, that your secret buddy can get you. And so we do that, and then so we did that, and so the whole season, my secret buddy didn't get me a lot of stuff that I liked. Um, and so, and then the first time she got me something strawberry flavored, and then I explicitly told her that I was allergic to strawberries. And so the day of championships, my secret buddy gets me three things. And out of those three, two of them are strawberry flavored, even though I explicitly told her multiple times that I'm allergic to strawberries. So I felt that as a death threat, and it made me feel horrible because it's the day of championships. You should know that I already feel like shit. You asked me why I stayed in guard all those years, and I told you that I loved the activity. I loved performing. And so I'm injured, and then all I can do is sit on the sidelines, and you decide to give me a death threat? Like, I don't, what the hell? I'm really sorry for cursing on this video. I'm probably going to have to bleep this out later. So that happened. And so, I felt really horrible. I felt so bad about myself that day, because it was my senior championships. It was the only thing I was looking forward to. And, it was horrible. And so I got on the bus, and, I was like feeling really bad about myself because I was just thinking about how horrible that day was for me because I was watching my peers perform and prepare and give their everything, and there was nothing I could do. I was just sitting there, feeling awful. And I was on the bus and I was literally just like crying, and I could see my friend staring at me, but I knew that he didn't want to say anything because he wasn't sure what he should say, in that kind of situation. So I was kind of just, I had my head down. I wasn't feeling well. My captain did come up to me to say that was really rude what that girl did to you, the freshman. If there's anything you want from your secret buddy, just let me know. I'll buy it for you, which was nice, even though I'm pretty sure she hated me too. So I really don't know. And then the night of championships was the worst I have ever felt. I don't know. I still cry about this because I just think about that day and like the heartache that I felt. I really felt like I had my heart broken because of that. Um, that night, I don't know, I literally like fell down sobbing because I couldn't perform, and it didn't feel like I should. I don't know, it just felt weird, and obviously I was there because I didn't want to miss it. I wouldn't miss my senior championships even though I'm not performing. But I remember I was sobbing for like a solid 20 minutes. My best friend came up to me and she hugged me and I was crying. And I just like I couldn't stop. And she was like, you know what, you're still here, it's fine. Um, but I I don't know, it really sucked. And there was nothing I could do. I was sitting there feeling awful and I just um it was like a horrible feeling. Um I helped my friend carry her the stand to her. I helped the synth player carry the stand to the synth. So I could feel like I was being useful, but it still sucked when I was standing on that track waiting for them to be like, "Oh, school, you may take the field." I like started tearing up again, and I just, afterwards we had a whole thing with the seniors, and I was still crying, and I felt horrible, and so I don't know, that just hurt me a lot. Um, like I still not over this. I've had full on breakdowns about this. Because I still have that injury, and when it acts up, I'm just reminded of the emotional like pain and heartbreak I've been put through um because of it. And so I'm no longer in color guard. um I believe I said I was earlier in the video, and I used the past tense because I quit due to this injury. I quit. I also quit due to the fact that, as I mentioned earlier, my coaches and my teammates were not nice to me. And I couldn't be in that kind of situation where the people I was around made me feel like crap. Because I don't think that's healthy for you. Um, you know, the piece of advice I can give other people here is, if you're in something where people make you feel awful, you shouldn't do that activity. You should no longer do that activity. It's not good for your mental health. I'm suffering the effects of what happened now because I stayed in it for so long because I loved the activity. Um, yeah, I also quit because I'm injured and I needed time to let my shoulder heal, because the whole reason the injury came back is because I never stopped doing color guard. And my best friend's mom is also the mother of my old captain, and she said that my old captain still complains about guard injuries that she has previously had. Um, so that's why I quit. I'm sorry for breaking down on this video. I promise it's not just for likes. I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on in my life. You know, why I'm no longer in color guard, why I don't make as many guard videos anymore. Um, yeah, so thanks for watching, I guess. Thanks for going on this emotional story time with me.